Hi guys, welcome back to another part of Core Java tutorial. In the previous part of this tutorial, we already see the how to establish method overloading in Java. In this part, we are going to learn about how to implement the constructor overloading in Java. A constructor overloading is established using creating some changes in constructor parameters or arguments. So here I am going to explain the constructor overloading with a complete example. So here I am going to create a new class that is used to test the constructor overloading in Java. So here I am going to create a class constructor. I name it as constructor test. In that class there are two variables, int a and b. So here I am going to create another class, the main class, public class, constructor overloading. Of course, that main class contain the main method. So this class, the main class contain, the public class contain the main method. Here is the main method. Now here I am going to create a constructor of this class. So here is the constructor public constructor test. Constructor test. So here I assign two values for the variables. A is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20. I just assign two values for the variables a and b. Here I am going to just print that values. Println from the default constructor a is equal to plus a and b is equal to plus b. So here in this class, the class name is constructor test. Here there is a constructor of that class. In that class I just assign two values for the variables a and b. Now again I create another constructor for this class. But here I am going to assign two values, int a comma b. Here I just place two arguments, two integer a and b. So I change it as this dot a is equal to a, this dot b is equal to b. So just I assign these two arguments to these variables a and b on this class. So here I'm going to print from the parameterized constructor also print the values of a and b. So here you can see that uh, on the same class constructor test there are two constructors are present. First one is the constructor test that contain no arguments. Also another constructor is present that contain two integer values. This is called a constructor overloading. So here there are two constructors which are different. There are difference in the arguments, number of arguments and type of arguments. So this is called a constructor overloading. So now I am going to invoke the two variables, two variants of that constructors. So here I am going to create a class, an object of this class constructor test, constructor test t1 is equal to new constructor test. So here I just create an object with no arguments. So in this case the compiler definitely invoke the default constructor. So now again I'm going to create one more object for that class. I give it as t2. Here I just pass two values 30 and 40. So when this statement execute, the compiler will automatically invoke this argument, this constructor. That means that contain two arguments. This is called a constructor overloading. Now we need to test this program. So here the public class name is constructor overloading. So I have to save the file name with this name, constructor overloading. So I'm going to save this. I save it on D drive. Constructor overloading .java. I just save it. Now I'm going to compile the program. Java C constructor overloading .java. Okay, the program contain no error. Now this is the time to run the project, run the program. Constructor overloading. Now you can see that at the first time the default constructor will invoke. So from the default constructor the value of A is 10 and value of B is 20. At the second time, that means by executing this statement, by creating this object that contain two arguments, this constructor will invoke. From the parameterized constructor value of A and B is 40. Guys, this is how we achieving the constructor overloading in Java. You will get the complete source code of this topic from my blog. My blog URL is given under the description of this video. Please subscribe my channel now for getting more videos from this channel. Thank you for watching. See you in the next part of this tutorial.